This is at the top of Drudge now. Missing jetliners raise fears of 9/11-style attacks. Following the takeover of Tripoli International Airport in late August, Islamist militias in Libya took control of nearly a dozen commercial jetliners, and Western intelligence agencies have issued a warning that the jets could be used in terrorist attacks across North Africa. They've also included a warning that one or more of the aircraft could be used in an attack later this month on the date marking the anniversary of the September 11, 2001 attacks. Now, for all of you who are really into numbers, this has been floating around for a few weeks now, but today it is 9 days before September 11th, and there were 11 jetliners supposedly taken control of by the Islamic militias. So this is, of course, just all getting it really embedded in our collective consciousness. Of course, they're using those same numbers and imagery. But if ISIS is really wanting to use this video and all of this as a threat to get the government to step off, it's not working. And in fact, this propaganda video is actually helping to raise public support for going to war in Syria and in the region where ISIS is now taking control. Their war propaganda is working. Now a large majority of Americans want military action in Syria. This is a complete turnaround on the attitudes of 1 year ago. A YouGov poll released this week found that 4 times as many Americans now support U.S.-led military action than oppose it. Now, never mind that the government was proposing airstrikes to aid the rebels that it was arming in Syria just last year. Now, any U.S. military action in Syria is going to be sold on this exact opposite reasoning. Militant Islamic rebels are taking over the country. So you'll recall that last year, when news of the missing journalist James Foley was first reported, his kidnapping was blamed on the Assad regime. This is a CNN article. They were saying he was most likely abducted by a pro-regime militia group and turned over to Syrian government forces. They kept repeating, "We have multiple independent reports from very credible confidential sources. Jim is now being held by the Syrian government." His brother Michael Foley says he learned from highly credible sources that the Syrian government is holding him right now. He wouldn't elaborate. But of course, now we know that that was not the case. But the facts don't matter in this. It's back to getting the public to go ahead and be okay with going to war in Syria, pushing it once again back onto Syria. Now, while the government is going to be using the James Foley video and no doubt this second video to gear support for war in the Middle East, the feds are completely ignoring the threat that ISIS poses at the U.S. border.